There's a car company that have lost money on every car it has ever sold. On one model, they lost around $6 million per car, and they built it anyway, on purpose. That company is Bugatti. You're going to understand why a plumber, a massage therapist, an HVAC guy, a renovation should think exactly like they do. Because Bugatti is not really in the business of building cars. It's in the business of refusing to compromise. And that's exactly what you should copy. In 1909, in a small town called Molsheim, on the border between France and Germany, a man opened a workshop. His name was Ettore Bugatti, and he was not an engineer. He had no engineering degree, no formal training. What he had was a bloodline. His father was a celebrated Art Nouveau designer of furniture and jewelry. His brother was a sculptor. Ettore grew up in a house where beauty was not decoration. It was the point. So when Ettore Bugatti began to build automobiles, he did not see machines. He saw moving sculpture. He believed an engine could be as beautiful as a painting. And he polished the inside of his engines, the part no customer would ever see until they shined. When someone asked him why he bothered finishing the hidden surfaces, his answer became the soul of the company. Nothing is too beautiful. Nothing is too expensive. And here's the part most people miss. The fact that he was not a trained engineer, that wasn't his weakness. It was his weapon. He had never been taught what was impossible, so he simply ignored it. You don't need a certificate, a pity degree, or permission to be the best in your town. Ettore Bugatti had none of that. What he had was obsession, and a refusal to do the hidden work badly just because nobody would see it. The way you finish the parts no client sees is the whole brand. 1924, a racetrack near Lyon, France. Ettore Bugatti unveils a car called the Type 35, and it will become the most successful racing car ever built. Not because it had the biggest engine, it didn't. While his rival chased more power, Bugatti was obsessed with something else entirely: removing weight. Every component rethought, a hollow front axle, a chassis stripped of every unnecessary gram. The whole car weighed about as much as a modern motorcycle and a passenger combined. And then Bugatti did something almost no one else would dare. He made his drivers drive the race cars to the race on public roads, 5 hours each way. Because in his mind, a car that couldn't be trusted on the way to the track had no business being in it. The Type 35 went on to the win. By some counts, over 2,000 races. It won the brutal Targa Florio on open mountain roads 5 years in a row. Bugatti barely advertised. He didn't need to. The winning was the marketing. So stop chasing more services, more add-ons, more noise. Bugatti won by obsessing over what everyone else ignored. And he let the work speak. Every job done flawlessly. In full view of the customer is an ad that never stops running. Prove your reliability in the real world and you will never have to brag about it. Now, I want to show you how Ettore Bugatti thought, because his attitude is the whole lesson. A customer once complained that his Bugatti was hard to start on a cold morning. Bugatti's reply: if you can afford this car, you can afford a heated garage. Another customer complained about the brakes. He said, I make my cars to go, not to stop. No, you can't run a plumbing business talking to people like that. That's not the point. The point is the posture. Bugatti was not desperate. He was not bending his standards to win every single customer. He had a clear idea of what he made and who it was for. And he protected it. He even had a rule for the whole company. If it's comparable, it's not Bugatti. If you could compare it to something else, it had already failed. That is the difference between a business that competes on price and a business that competes on being the only one of its kind. If it's comparable, it's not Bugatti. For you, set a standard and protect it. The moment customers can compare you on price alone, you've lost. You're a commodity. Become the flooring company, the HVAC team, the studio that can't be compared to the cheap option. Because the experience is in a different category entirely. You don't have to be rude. You do have to be certain though. Every great story has a dark chapter, and Bugattis came fast. In 1939, Ettores' son Jean, his heir, the designer of some of the most beautiful Bugattis ever made, was killed testing a car near the factory. He was 30 years old. Then came the war. The Molsheim factory was left in ruins. And in 1947, Ettore Bugatti died, without its founder and without its heir. The company faded. By the 1950s, it was effectively gone. For decades, Bugatti was a name in a history book, a ghost. And then, in 1998, the Volkswagen Group bought the name. Not the factory, not the cars, just the name. And everything is still meant. Their chairman sketched an idea on the back of an envelope on a train in Japan. A car with 16 cylinders. A car that would do something no production car in history had ever done. 7 years, and over $1 billion later, the Bugatti Veyron was born. A brand can survive almost anything if what it stands for is clear enough. Volkswagen didn't buy Bugatti's machines, they bought its meaning. Build your business so that your reputation, your standards, your point of view could outlive any single bad year. That's what makes a name worth something. This company lost about $6 million per every car they sold, and it made them the most respected brand on earth. Bugatti built a car called the Veyron. It was the first car in history to break 1,000 horsepower and at 250 miles an hour. It cost so much to build that they lost about $6 million on every car they built. Even though they sold each one for over $1 million, they still losing money. So why build a car designed to lose money? Because it was never about that one car. It was about a statement to the whole world. We build the best, period. And that one statement made everything that the brand touches, every small thing, feel like a genius. Here's what it means for your business, your plumbing business, your renovation crew, your massage therapy. You don't need to lose money, but you need one thing that you do so well, it becomes the reason why people talk about you. One flagship, one showpiece, one job, one signature offer that you pour everything into. Build that, and everything else you touch glows on the same reputation. The best were never the cheapest. So let's turn years of Bugatti experience into something you can use on a Monday morning. 5 moves. 1. Finish the parts no one sees. Bugatti polished the insides of his engines. For you, that's the tidy work van, the clean job site, the follow-up text when the job is done, that invoice that looks very designed. Customers feel the hidden details even though they can't see them or touch them. 2. Obsess about what your competitors ignore. Bugatti obsessed over weight when everyone was chasing power. What does everyone in your trade ignore? Showing up on time, cleaning up the site, follow-ups, communication, explaining the work. Own the thing no one else respects, and you will stand alone. 3. Let the work be your marketing. The Type 35 won 2,000 races, and Bugatti barely advertised. Document your best jobs, your before and afters. Let the quality of the work do the selling, so you're not begging for attention. 4. Build one flagship, one signature offer, one showpiece that proves what you're capable of. The premium package, the dream renovation, the thing that you put everything into. 5. Protect your standards. Bugatti said, if it's compared, it's not Bugatti. Decide what makes you impossible to compare on price alone, and never water it down to win the cheap customers. Be certain who you're ready for. And one more thing, the newest Bugatti, the Tourbillon, is still built by hand, one by one. The team still refused to fill it with big screen, asking instead, how will this look 100 years from now. So don't chase every trend. Build your business to still look good how you want it in a decade from now. A man that was never trained to be an engineer built one of the best cars in the whole world because no one told him he couldn't. A company that lost money in every product that they made became the most respected name in the entire industry because they just refused to be ordinary. You're not too small for this. You don't need a fancy logo. You don't need $1 billion to do anything exceptional. And you don't need 100 years to build that history. You need a standard and the discipline to protect it on the days it would be easier not to. The best in the world, they were never the cheapest. They were simply the ones that refused to compromise. If this lit something in you, save it or send it to another business owner that you think they need to hear this. And if you want the full breakdown on how to build your business like a luxury brand, comment the word obsession and I'll break it down for you. See you on the next one.